Hello, everybody. Hello. How are you all doing? I hope you're all having a lovely day. My name is Term. I'm the Axel of the Lighthouse, and I do my best to create a calm and cozy atmosphere for those of us just trying to find refuge from the storms of day-to-day life. Oh yeah, that's such a perfect trinket for today. Pitchfork got their trinket. I still need to add trinkets for all my friends and then make it so that way they give shout outs. But for now, Pitchfork, congratulations on your little trinket. You're perfectly in time for today. Oh man. Oh, I hope you all are having a lovely day. How's everything been? Perfectly fitting. Listen, sometimes the dice tell a story, and so do the random number generators sometimes. Oh, you thought you killed me, but you didn't. You thought you killed me, but I just curled into a ball on and yeah, I parried it actually. Oh man, I hope you're all having a wonderful time. I've been doing pretty well so far. Work's been pretty nice. I'm fine. What was Pitchfork's trinket? Pitchfork's trinket was their little attorney's badge, their little cardboard attorney's badge. They have a little attorney's badge for made out of cardboard, which is just lovely. Ugh. But yeah, I've been doing good. I'm obsessed with Finn as always. Uh, I'll be real. Like I, oh, I'm so. I thought they were already holding that. Oh man, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I've been obsessed with Finn, specifically because I saw this video essay on like. Let me actually get the name of it real quick. Boop. Oh, let's see. Also, I'm not going to be checking on if how Pitchfork's doing. That's now your jobs now. Now you guys get to use the point. Now that I know that it works consistently and it changes, it's up to y'all to ask Pitchfork how they're doing. It's like Pitchfork will let me know if they're not doing well. I'm sure. Be my friend if I. What? Okay, so I. We. We. Oh God. Oh, but I. I'm looking for a video essay, and I've hit another video essay that I'm gonna have to watch later. It's just called "I hit this digital spliff, and now I work at the metaverse Chipotle." It's like, what do you mean? What does that mean? Oh God. But the one that I actually watched was trance music and the desire to exist, which is just it brought up a lot of interesting stuff and gave me a lot of music that weirdly fit for Finn. Which you take that as you will, take whatever that means as you will. Oh, howdy, coffee, howdy backstage, howdy everybody. Oh man. But yeah, like it was a pretty good like video essay, all things considered. I need to watch some video essays. They're great. Happy to see you. How are you doing? I'm obsessed with Finn. I'm obsessed with BCH on like, and I'm obsessed, and I can't get at it. I can't leave I can't leave it. It's ah. They're about not joining stuff. It's been a tad chaotic over at the coffee household. No worries. Listen, there's a reason why this stream our rule before all else is rule 0. Take care of your real life stuff. And no, at no point should this place and this little section of the world take priority over your own life. You know? Oh, but yeah, it's a lovely video essay. Talked about how like a lot of these. Speaking of BCH, theoretically, how long would it take to get completely caught up with the current campaign? That's actually a good point. Let me give me a second while I are so for season 2, because you don't need to watch season 1 to enjoy season 2. There are references to season 1, but they are self-contained, you know? They are pretty self-contained. Like it's the same deal where like, you could watch the prequels or the original trilogy of Star Wars in whatever order. Like you can watch one or the other in whatever you would like to watch it as. Uh Playlist later. I've also started taking ADHD meds as prescribed, and my goodness, it has helped so much. Take your meds as prescribed, everybody. That can. I hope that can. The fact that it is this big of a thing makes me worried because you and me have talked, like you and me have discussed at length on stream that like it's like, oh wow, like we experience very similar things. And so now I'm like, oh god, oh no, I might really need it if it's that good. The total duration of all the episodes of BCH, if you were to watch it at average speed, like no speed up, nothing, it would take you 1 day, 10 hours, 12 minutes, and 56 seconds. To watch all of season 2 as it is currently out. And because I'm here, I might as well look up the original Bits, Crits, and Halfwits. For the original BCH season 1, including world building and stuff like that, it would take 2 weeks, 3 days, 5 hours, 40 minutes, and 28 seconds. And then if you want to watch, and then there's like all these like probably multiple months if I had to guess. If you wanted to sleep and eat, yeah, sure, that's certainly some time. For the fires, and then of course there's smaller campaigns, like Fires of Eureka, No More Light, The Long Night, and those campaigns are like a couple episodes each, like between 4 and 30 episodes instead of the 145 that is the original BCH. You know. I remember all I did one 4th of July was catch up on Flam's below ground bids when I was first getting into Spellbound. I think I was 6 episodes behind. Oh. Oh, man. But yeah, I would absolutely recommend checking out, like, especially, like season 2. We've been doing a lot of fun stuff. I get to, like, I'm playing as, I'm just going to discuss, like, a general synopsis of the characters as they are currently. There is Cliff, our soldier ranger dad, who is a human ranger dad, who is the father of one of the other main characters. They are a former like scout. They have they're doing their best, and were they were on their way to Brester at the beginning of the campaign with their wife, attempting to find their daughter who ran away from home a long time ago. Uh the fact that they no longer have an arm by the end of their introductory episode is something to be said. And I don't think that's a spoiler, because if any of you are seeing the shorts that get uploaded, you will see that Cliff Scrungle does not have an arm. There is Othalia. Othalia is the daughter of Cliff, Othalia Vale. And Othalia ran away from home and, basically ended up in the Gutter Vale of Brester, which is this, like, sort of like almost like a thieves guild, but not really, more like a bunch of people who are trying to take care of one another and make ends meet. It's a whole thing. But Othalia is a tiefling, if I'm not mistaken. There is Alina Worldwalker. Question: are you in both seasons or just the second one? I am in the first one, but only in like the last 30 episodes, because I only show up like during like the last couple arcs, because this was around we were in the final arcs right around the time Spellbound ended, and PT came up to me along with Sky and were like, hey, so Spellbound wasn't just like a thing we were working on. It was actually also a way of scouting out talent for BCH. And you, my friend, are one of our top candidate picks, because you know how to stick and play to a character, make interesting characters, but also, also try and leave spotlight for other people. So like you quite literally, you are a good communicator. We want you on the team. And so like I got to play Karakareem, and that's real fun. Karakareem, he is a stone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he really did. He really is stoned. Oh man. But anyway, there is Alina Worldwalker. Alina Worldwalker is a student at the College of Brester studying botany, and they were actually responsible for leading a guided tour of the campus before before everything kicks off in campaign 2. There's Talum Kane, who is on that tour. And they're a dark elf. Also, Alina Worldwalker is a tiefling. Well, that's not a spoiler, because by the end of the first episode, it is like, yeah, you're a tiefling. There is Talum Kane. Talum Kane is a drow elf, who is on this like same tour. And also, for some reason, has like a very strange style that looks like they have like bones, which is interesting. Car rock. There is Stella Finor. Stella was actually on the train with Cliff before making it to Brester, and they were with their mentor. They are a monk. There is Nock. Nock was with Othalia in the Gutter Vale, and they are a thief who I believe becomes a cleric. And then there's Finn. And I don't think I need to explain who or what Finn is. The only thing I can say is that he only shows up after the end of the world happens, kinda. And the fact that no one has seen him out in the real world except as like a lifeless husk of a statue kind of makes me concerned. Because the implication that Finn could in any way, which also, Karok's name is a palindrome. Yeah, if you put it in a mirror, it's the same frontwards and backwards. And that's important. That's very important. Oh, God. But yeah, how you, Term? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing really well. We're having a good time. I'm explaining BCH, or at least the BCH of the current season, which again you all should watch, because I really, really, really I like everybody who I like how everybody is. I like how everybody's characters are developing. I currently lots of things have happened with all the characters, and we're having good times. But yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. Would recommend go check it out if you haven't, because it is a lovely, lovely, lovely like group of people. We make some really cool stuff. PT has made a really cool thing, and you all should support it. I also used to make memes about the last campaign. Haven't made many as of late, and that's valid. Like memes come secondary to real life. It's like I know that seems odd coming from a third generation shit poster, but like legitimately. Oh. But yeah, it's like I think it's neat. I think it's cool. There's a lot of stuff that we've gotten to do. End of the world happened. Our characters are spared, kind of, from this like fate of sorts, and make our way to the goblin market, which is kind of a place where almost like an arc of people to after the world has you know all of reality, lots of different realities. Oh god. But yeah, like I said, wonderful, wonderful little group. Sky plays Nock, Flam plays Alina, Panda plays Talum, Barlow plays Othalia, Matt plays Cliff, and Snyder plays Stella. The quite literally half of this crew is like, actually, sorry, 5/7 of this crew are Spellbound, are people who played in Spellbound, and then there's the DM. So like, that's technically 6 of 8. 3/4 of this group is Spellbound adjacent. So like, if you like Spellbound, if you think they do good acting, if you think that those people were sick, check them out. It's real good. It's real good. It's like I'm just having fun getting to play a silly little robot man. You know? Oh god. I swear, Pitchfork's probably sick of my shit right now, just being like, shut up. And aren't you supposed to be playing Apollo Justice? Aren't you supposed to be doing a thing? Can you stop plugging BCH? And the answer is never. I will never stop plugging BCH because I really enjoy it. Like, the amount of lore that I have, like, the amount of, like, character writing I have done for this stuff, and the amount of, like, things I am keeping in my head at all times for it are quite literal. I'm pretty sure it's starting to surpass how Spellbound was for me near the end, where I'm like, okay, here's this plan and that plan and this plan and that plan and this plan and that plan. It's like I am out here being like, I can't react like this because if I do, then like, that's not quite there. It's always lovely to chat before we start with crazy lawyer stuff. I know. Oh, but yeah, it's really good, and I think and PT puts in a lot of effort, and and I do edits for it. Like you know what? Actually, we are going to go to the screen, but I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that I've done. I'm going to show you guys more of the reasons why you should go. Why you should go. One sec. Where I'll meet you guys over there. Okay. Oh, I'm a bit too big. There we are. All right. If I let's see, I should just be able to. Web page, Opera. So yeah, BCH. would you be up for playing Dino Game together sometime? I'm definitely not trying to keep you off track and away from lawyering. Oh, a silly block Dino Game. It would definitely depend on how I am when it comes to like, you know, because I love getting game recommendations, but also my backlog is crazy. Because unfortunately I'm one of those people, and by one of those I mean everyone, who it's like, wow, that's a neat game. I'm gonna put this in the list, and then the list never gets addressed ever. Oh god, the meme about the Karak trade about death. Oh, but I do a lot of like the edits for BCH, specifically ones that involve the Scrungles. Uh so like let me find, you know, we're just going to scroll through some of these. Here we are. Welcome in, El. Let's see. Here, we'll start with this one.
Get in the corner for doing dark magic.
Oh, but I
We did a little bit.
That boy can't walk anymore because of you, bud.
Oh,
That's
that's
what you're mad about?
Oh, man, yes.
But
That boy didn't even want to be able to walk.
That's an awful
Oh shit,
excuse.
why is that?
Boy didn't want to walk?
Okay, give me a second while I figure out why that's not working. No capture. Okay, I mean that should, yeah. Okay, it should be working. Here we go.
Get in the corner.
If like Shadow was just grandpa mode all the fucking time. Guy's like 50 years old, or he's from the 50s or something.
Right.
You know?
He still
Thinks
thinks
disco is in vogue.
Yeah.
No, he's never even heard of disco, dude.
Damn.
Disco was after his time.
Right, I guess.
He's out there
Wiggling his finger to doo-wops.
He's like, Sonic, can you
Tell me about the Beatles.
Where are
They today.
What about
About Simon or Garfunkel.
if like
Gonna see something. I'm gonna see something from this place. Just a little something. And you can be sure that I won't pay. I wave at the security guard and say, thank you for doing your job, but she knows and I know, and he knows and I know, and he knows and I know, he knows that.
Vibes,
Oh, this is from one of the actual episodes.
Hold on, I gotta like feel if I have everybody. She like closes her eyes, just kind of like hanging out in your arms.
As Nock closes her eyes, Nock, as you hone in on this feeling,
Found the meme, hell
you
yeah.
hear the sound of thumping again and again and again. Elena, you, Talum, and Cliff actually all recognize the sound as the sound of metal boots on stone. It's coming towards you, and it's large.
Elena is going to peek around the corner and hope and pray to the gods that it is Brennan.
It is not Brennan, but it is a warforge that you see coming up the hill.
I feel like there's one more
More person coming.
Knocks us with her eyes. Going on vibes.
He is a machine that turns.
When you accidentally say the
Keyword quest.
and your knight starts
Escape.
cranking from their happy
Wiggles.
like, now you've
Got it.
You have to send them
And
to the dragon's
there,
lair.
the helmet plume will droop.
And they'll start waxing sad
Poetic in the moonlight.
And you
Margaret's going to use Karak's connection to the Lady of White Roses to shatter the sky, right? And Karak was just like, I mean, it's a good trade, probably. I mean, that seems like a good... I mean, that seems like a good trade, you know? Like, the gods are freed, you guys get to go home. Like, honestly, like, it seems like a good trade. And they're like, no, but, like, you'll die. And he's like, maybe. You know, maybe subconsciously Karak just like knowing they're like, I probably did some fuck, like I don't know why, but I have this dark suspicion that I did something awful. Like they didn't even know that they didn't even know they did some bad shit back then. They're just like, I mean, you know, for the greater good. For the greater good, though. Oh god. Yeah, Karak went through like a whole like character, like the quickest character arc you can do, which really just amounts to you're going to have trauma for the rest of your life. There's thinking about it. Yeah.
So I went to the
Freezer.
where
Where all the fruits and goodies are.
You know
No.
what's in there? You know that ice
Which
cream
mean that you
sprinkles that
really
Yeah,
identity crisis for real.
Even more sprinkles on it. Yeah, and then I put some chocolate and strawberries and fun on it too. And I said to myself, you know who would really love to have this?
Me. So I ate it.
I couldn't stop thinking about it.
I feel as though. How many brain cells is that burning up?
Yeah, okay, and then Cliff like doesn't realize he's standing up as he's saying this. He's like, yeah, no, kind of. What's happening is that like everyone we go to, we're getting like
Fractures of an answer.
We're getting parts of an answer, and apparently now we're getting lied to by.
Also, can I just say I love Matt. I love Matt's voice. I love Matt's accent. I love everything about Matt.
Believing one certain thing, and it's fully been switched on his head, right? And then everyone is acting like we should have known everything that's going on here, but that's just not how this works, right? And everyone should understand that. And everyone says they understand this. Everyone said, "Oh well, I can answer any question," but we don't know the kinds of questions to ask. How the fuck am I meant to know to ask my body? Sorry, I'm annoyed. Yeah, okay, and then Cliff like doesn't realize
3 episodes.
Oh god, it's so
The
good.
day after is out now.
Like when I've been wrong, I keep on living like a jumper with the spine all gone. Electric twisted aftershock, a back pain. I don't know how I can't even walk. You also, yes, you do exist in the universe. I remember seeing, like, I've been avoiding seeing anything that I'm not a part of until the episodes get uploaded. And, like, seeing that, I'm like, that's gotta be coffee, though. Like, that's gotta be... And then PT, like, gave the confirmation in chat, and I'm like, ah, okay, yeah, mm-hmm.
So the last session, if you're going to make
Together
We'll save the princess or die trying! Die? Die? Oh yeah, we have angst. You guys will have to figure out what this means by watching the thing.
Do you feel down, depressed, hopeless? Do you miss someone? Do you find that things you once enjoyed no longer interest you?
Angst.
Are you lonely?
Angst.
5, the perpetual.
Alright, so the
That
vampire's
is
gravestone
gravestone.
is cenotaph. What? It's only a gravestone
Stone
for
is
marks
like
the
the location of a body.
A monument honouring someone whose body isn't present is a cenotaph.
Cenotaph.
I'm not
Sure,
sure
that's
that's how it works. If the body
and it
gets
gets up and walks
on
away.
its own. Yeah, there's precedent for gravestones being reclassified as cenotaphs if the body is later removed and reinterred elsewhere. There's no rule that says the body itself can't be removed.
Never a
Okay,
PT
but the
campaign
body
without
very much is
angst.
coming back. That's kind of what
Here's
we
the
do,
funny thing,
right?
PT like
So it's a
basically
temporary
described this campaign as being like,
Naturally,
oh
our
yeah,
goal is
you know, we're
concerned
gonna
with
do like a
avoiding
silly little
semantic
campaign.
ambiguity.
We're not gonna have too much
Please
serious
have
stuff.
an point
And then
here. So,
everybody
alright.
wrote an angsty character. And so PT said, well, I was given angst, I now must write angst.
So, the vampire's gravestone is...
Oh god.
Episode 6, the palm.
See.
Animation takes.
But yeah, I do a lot of fun stuff, and I've been getting better at like at some of this. Like my more recent stuff that hasn't been uploaded yet is like a lot. It's really good. Like it's real smooth. I've been using some squash and stretch to really like accentuate certain things. It's like I'm very excited about it. You know, like the Oh, right, also, this one.
My body is
The machine! That's... I already did this one, wait. Did I? What? Where is it? See, it's somewhere around here. You know what? Here we go. Yeah, we wrote so much. Like, listen, you don't. There is so much like angsty stuff that like. Yes, it helped fuel season 2, but the amount of angst that got written that like was just out in the world, that you know, that was like that could like legitimately. Like, the amount of angst that me, PT, and Sky wrote, because PT was like, okay, now that you're in hell and PT's your only, like, person, you know, like, quite literally the only it is mine, and it, like, me and PT were like, I want it to be where, like, there was a moment where, like, during the what felt like 2 years per term, just became like some halfway through like they started to completely give up on the idea of getting home because the messages stopped arriving because time stuff. Like, they were getting these messages far, like, you have to understand that like the messages that like were getting sent were not like being sent at the same like time dilated rate. They were being sent near the beginning. And the reason they stopped getting messages is because they were, you know, it's like, hey, like, you get out before this time. But from the person who is in there, like, for the person who is trapped there, it looks like, oh, they've given up on me. They've given up on me, and or like, I die before ever getting back out. Like, that, like, it's kind of messed up when you get down to it. Because, like, it from, like, one person's perspective, it's like, no, we're still communicating with you. And then, like, that person shows up and you don't have to communicate anymore. But then, like, you, like, then, like, you know, from the other person's perspective, it's like, no, this is still happening. It's such a weird thing. And the idea of, like, SB Term at some point just being like, I'm never getting home. This is it. I can't get home. I've done everything. And like PT, like SBPT just being like, no, I know you can get home. I've seen what you can do. I know that you're capable of figuring this out. And Term just being like, I have as much chance of getting home as you do making like one of the lava like islands fly. And then, like, you know, PT leaving, going to do stuff, and then one morning, like, just turning around and seeing it in the air, and they're just like, okay, so I did the impossible, now it's your turn, you know? And that's sort of being the little thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Listen, I've talked about, like, how horrific some of the things you could do in, like, that mod pack could be, thanks to the lore we wrote. Like, the fact that, like, surrounding someone in, like, Terra Steel, like, via the armor, so long as you supply it with mana, they will never die. They will just, like, they'll still be hungry, but they won't die. They will continue to be maintained within a sort, like, they will continue to be rehealed and stuff like that. It won't satiate you, but it will keep you alive. And that's so messed up. Like, can you imagine building a prison like that? And then, like, that led to, like, he pretty much went, all right, bet. Yeah, because that's how PT just is in general. PT's a cool person. Never forget that. But yeah, you know, there's just so much fun stuff. This one I felt was really good. I stole it from Pymations, but I think it was worth it.
Something's off. You know what? I was just thinking that. I feel vertical.
Just just the moment it gets announced, suddenly, boom. But yeah, if any of you are ever like, but yeah, like the amount of angst I've written for Finn alone, we've already seen some of it in the released episodes, and that's only the beginning. Like, that is like the beginnings of Finn. There's still 1,000 years worth of like of stuff happening to this robot. Also, the fact that at some point a robot, like these robots that were made to like to run off of magic, helped like save the world and were given life by essentially Elliot, given like autonomy essentially, or like these souls given a second chance to live within these robots and that are run off of magic, then being like put into a world where like basically 5 days later, where magic no longer exists and they can now slowly feel like their magic fading from their bodies as they utilize it. Like, that's some terrifying stuff. Question about Finn: is it water or slime or a secret third option? So technically, Coffee, you've seen, have you seen like the first prequel episode with Karak and Nim and Bo Kalis? He stuffs souls into the robots. It's less that he stuffs souls into them and more that basically in trying to stop the Warforged from, like, his initial attempt was, yeah, I'm gonna put the souls from the Soul Sword into this thing. And Roran was like, yeah, I can't let you fucking do that. That would be a fate worse than death for these people. And it's like, what do you mean? And they're like, because I promised that I would bring these people's worlds back, and you are trying to bind them to this one. How fucking dare you? That was my promise, and I'm not gonna let you. And that's when Roran was like, I'm gonna take this shit seriously. But yeah, like, basically in order to stop, because like fucking Elliot needed a win, they decided to attempt to cash banishment through the like terminal that like was controlling all of the Warforged. The idea being that like their soul, like the soul fragments, the way that the Warforged were like controlled in BCH is that like essentially the elves found a way to fracture a person's soul and take pieces of it and put them into robots that they could then command remotely. It basically just allowed a person, it allowed like people who, it was usually used on soldiers that had been injured, so that way they could continue to fight for their country if they so choose. It was a whole thing. Essentially, when banishment was cast, the spell didn't really know
Daily Pebbles
where...
are my favorite cereal. They are part of a balanced breakfast.
They are. They essentially, like, they didn't know where to send the souls, because it's like, well, technically, like, these are both adequate bodies. And so it kind of put them in, like, a weird limbo for a bit, and they were given the option to either die, because, unfortunately, the human body, when you remove a soul from it, doesn't exactly take well to that. And it's like, yeah, you kind of all died. You can either just go on to the Twilight Path, or we can reconstitute your soul pieces and put them into a robot. Into the robot that you were bound to. Brennan, that's actually how Brennan became a Warforged by during that time, which is, it's hilarious how we ended up finding out that Brennan did that, because they teleported to the house where like Nuzin, Lulin, and Karak were, and like we were freaking out, and then like Karak like was just looking at them and was like, wait a minute. Or they're just like, maybe we can talk about this. And they just look down and go, shut up, Warlock. And Karak immediately in the tone of this robot's voice was like, that's Brennan. no one else says tells me to fuck off like that guy. Which is such a funny way to find out that but yeah, if you've seen the first episode, you've technically seen a part of Finn created, I guess, if we wanted to get down to brass tacks. You know? I wouldn't call it Finn's prequel episode, but, you know. It's like, it's good. They make some fun stuff. I can definitely say with certainty it is not water. It is not water. It probably has a water component, but it is not water. To steal something from PT, after describing how weird the party is, even in the context of where we are currently, just being like, and to top it all off, you have the only Warforged I've ever met who can be described as wet. And that's such a funny way, it's such a funny response. God. Did you see the final episode of Pokemon Eclipse? Not quite yet. I have taken a short break. I kind of like, I watch it in like stints. So like I'm not keeping up with it as they come out, which is probably why I don't do the puzzles, because by the time I would even get a chance to look at them, someone would have already done it and it'd be like, oh, okay, you know. But yeah, anyway, I'm supposed to be playing a game. I'm supposed to be doing a lot of things. But yeah, go watch BCH. BCH is really fun. I think it's really neat. I think you all should check it out. And I think that Finn is really cool and sweet and awesome and nice. And I think that things are only going to only good things are going to happen to him. I say, knowing full well that I have set it up so only that a fair number of bad things will continue to happen. You gotta, like, Finn is, like, one of the original Warforges. Like, they were, like, one of, like, the prototypes, essentially. Which is an interesting, like, thing to give them. And so, as such, like, there's a lot of cool little ideas that were put into them. There's also a lot of bugs and things that that a lot of future Warforges don't have to deal with. Finn is very much their own. All right, we're loading. I hear the comically loud incorrect buzzer from here term. So true. Oh God. Cosmic Turnabout Investigation Day 1. So, this last thing ended with a bomb threat. That sounds bad out of context. Turn's been info dumping for 45 minutes, but I wouldn't want someone to interrupt me while I'm info dumping. You're not wrong. It's one of those things where, like, I love BCH, and I want to, like, talk about it with more people, and, like, it's why I have a whole section in my server for it, because I want to talk with people about it. I want to see people's reactions to these characters. I want to see people, like, see Talum and be like, why the hell is he wearing bones? I want people to get to interact with Alina and be like, why won't you kiss the hammer already? I want people to see Cliff and be like, damn, wow, what a good father. Oh, wait. No, please, don't do that. No, please, you were doing so well. You know? I want people to see Nock and be like, that's a Chaos Gremlin. I want them to see that one and be like, that one's gonna cause problems on purpose. Is the Spooky Mask Man gone? Spooky Mask Man. I'm not certain. Maybe. Spooky Mask Man. Am I? I feel like I'm missing something. What do you mean by Spooky Mask Man? Because anyway, in the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Oh yeah, he's gone. We're past that case. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was fingered as the courtroom bomber. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. We managed to clear Miss Wood's name. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Ted Tonate. December 19th, 3:21 p.m. Write Anything Agency. Apollo is a tough guy. This is taking its toll on him. Yeah, poor guy. Being attacked by Tonate like that on top of all his other injuries? Apollo is resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic. I've had some experience with that place myself. What an awful turn of events. Never thought he'd land in the hospital of all places. Let me guess, Aristotle was the murderer. He was a bit insane. Recommend watching the rest of the case. It got real interesting. Yeah, man tried to do a whole, lesson on teaching, to us, and it's like, shut up. Legitimately, you're a bad teacher. You must miss him too, huh? Now that you don't got anybody to tease. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quick, and be back before you know it. Been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. We won the court case, yet nobody feels much like celebrating. Alright! Enough of this, people! There's no time to be moping around. Now dry those eyes, both of you! You're the one who's crying, Athena. Technicalities! Look, we have work to do! We have to take over! Take over what exactly? Turnabout. Well... Apollo Space Center case, of course! As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance! I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade! Right, Daddy? Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. He's still alive, you know. Good. Now that it's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run. Wait, right now? Better not be running the whole way. There she goes. I better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Trucy? Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna bake some cookies and fill up. Trucy seems to be feeling a little better. You can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm. Oh, she's back. Don't mind me, just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, the documents, my bag. Sounds like you forgot everything. You can always count on Athena for that, too. All right, you two, let's be careful out there. December 19th, Detention Center. Visitors room. So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous. Even I've heard of him. That's right, he's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually out in outer space 7 years ago. You seem to know quite a lot about him. Now I'm excited to meet the man. Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard. Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right? Yes, that's right. Mentor has a nice ring to it. Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I have got you covered. I And you're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait, don't I know you from somewhere? Huh? You mean other than your trial? I don't think so. I guess so. My mistake. I don't like the fact that you recognize them. My memory isn't what it used to be. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Yikes, he seriously gotta stop depressing himself. Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck! Besides, the thing you said about entering the stratosphere? That just means we'll shine like shooting stars, right? Like shooting stars, huh? You know what? You're alright. Why didn't I think of that? After all, that's what we're all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars. Guess I shouldn't mention the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash. Oh yeah! Here we go! 3, 2, 1! To the stratosphere and beyond! Yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? Well, first things first, here's my badge. What do you think about this? That evidence is gonna get me convicted. It's my attorney's badge! Are you saying I'm gonna get you convicted? No, it's my attorney's badge! I was hoping he would reassure you that we're here to defend you! Evidence is just for the prosecution. It can help prove a person's innocence, too. That's a positive spin on things. I thought that was common knowledge. Okay. How's the case? You have no memory at all of the incident. I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as the dark nebula. Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said at the trial? You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear! It is true, I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know? Oh, the so-called Hat 1 miracle. That must have been a terrifying experience. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. He seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of an astronaut I know. This is the face of the astronaut I know. But the tranquilizers were found in your system. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't know why. I'm done for. If you didn't take them, then maybe someone slipped them to you. Exactly! That's what I thought! Must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anyone could have gotten their hands on it. Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket. Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed! I'll say, they even managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small, like the murder weapon? That knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits. Utility kits? Yeah, staff who work on machinery. A lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. Alright. Hat 1 miracle? As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? 7 keeps popping up a lot in the Phoenix Wright universe. That's right, it was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought I was a goner. But I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer. No wonder they dubbed it a Hat 1 miracle. It's a miracle you made it back! Space is a boundless place. It's why you continues to capture the people's imagination. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. Darkness just goes on and on forever and ever and ever without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come and save me. I was all alone. All alone with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission? What? No way! Of course not! Even now, I want to go up into space so bad I can barely stand it! I want to shake off Earth's gravity at escape velocity and spin around weightless! But you have to admit, it's pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid? I was afraid. Of course I was. I still am. I'm afraid of the ads that have been posted. They're probably telling you about Twitch Turbo right now or something. What's Twitch Turbo? Well, it's a funny thing. So there's a streaming site called Twitch. You know, you probably heard of it. It probably used to go by Justin TV for a second, but anyway, that's not important. What's important is that, like, you can usually subscribe to channels using, like, a Twitch subscription or Prime, and it's a couple bucks every month. But unfortunately, you know, that starts to build up if you have a lot of people that you really like to watch. It'd be like paying for individual channels instead of, like, a cable package, you know? And that's not really that fun for anybody. Sure, you get some extra emotes, but, like, it's not, you know, financially viable. Here's the thing, though. Twitch has recently made it where you can use this little subscription service called Twitch Turbo. You don't get any of the emotes from the people that you watch, but you get ad-free across the platform. And as such, any ad that would have been played in front of you, that ad revenue still goes to the person that you're watching. So you're still supporting them. Isn't that sick? Isn't that crazy? Such a neat thing. Like, don't get me wrong, they've made some missteps, but, like, you know. Why are you so familiar on the inner workings of Twitch? You get bored up in space. Oh god. I shouldn't be allowed to just to put words into these characters' mouths. Oh god. Getting some good water. Crazy? I was crazy once. I ate a glowing rock. Glowing rocks make me crazy. Oh, that's some good stuff. Now we just wait. We wait for the ads to be over. I swear, my brain ain't braining. Hopefully I'm able to get through this pretty easily, just because, like, I will say this is probably going to be the start of me doing just an investigation per episode, so an investigation or a trial per episode instead of the other way around. And that is both for, like, time concerns, because I know these games get really long in the tooth near the end, but like also because like I think it's easier to have things be in that sort of way, you know? Unless it legitimately like is like a super short thing, like, you know, I think it's important to I think we're going to start separating investigations and trials into their own streams, which I know means we're going to be going at a much slower pace, but I think that it's better overall. But space is man's final frontier, an unknown world. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? Yes, there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniable and real. And the victim? The victim, Clay Terran, he was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like master and apprentice or anything like that, but Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and protege. What a combination they must have been. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now... Clay must have been very encouraging, huh? Yeah, it's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine!" I always got the feeling everything really was going to be fine. You're fine? Apollo says I'm fine, and you're fine all the time, too. And I always feel encouraged, too, whenever I hear them shout it. Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, even since they were in high school. One day out in the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much, they were like part of the staff. One time during Zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine!" over the radio. It was a simple thing, but exactly what I needed to hear. Well, I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? Wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder? Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. But he actually did climb down the ladder, so the way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. The prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad from the barred windows. You're fine. Solomon Soul Starbuck is fine. Everything is going to be alright. Huh? And Athena Sykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright. You too. Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine. I can't hear you! The Phoenix Wright is fine! We'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence, and have faith in us. Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space. All I need is a not guilty verdict. Sure feels like nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine. Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started prono. Good idea. Let's go. Okay. Well, off to the entrance of the Space Center. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center entrance. Well, I was wondering what kind of place the Space Center would be. It almost looks like an amusement park of the future. Yeah, did you know they even let public set their see their rockets up close? Oh, so check it out! Look at how brightly the Gyoxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. Really dig the stars and rocket motif they got going on. Gyaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program? Yeah, but why the strange acronym? I mean, what is GYA supposed to stand for? Galaxy? If that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to GAXA or even Gaia. I guess so. Oh, I know. One sec. God damn it. Maybe the person that came up with the name just really liked the letter Y. Motif? Like leitmotif? Freedom leitmotif? Oh, God. I can do anything. This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu. Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility, it's also a tourist attraction. Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. This is a monument to the human race! Galactic Scooter! Full speed ahead! Who is this? Oh no, is this who I think it... Yikes, who's this geezer and what does he want? I love him! I love him! This guy's gonna be the funniest guy. I'm calling it now. No one has that kind of face and isn't like the funniest guy. My man looks like he's ready to harpoon. He's ready to be a whaler on the moon, holding a harpoon. But there ain't no whales, so he tells tall tales and sings a whaling tune.
Look upon me well. Behold the power of space science!
Pardon me, but you are...
My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center, the center of the cosmos.
Boss? That's pretty groan-inducing. If this person is the Space Center's director, then that means... So you were one of the first to discover Clay's body, weren't you? And who was the first to find the victim?
Actually, there were two of them.
The Space Center director. Yuri Cosmos. And Detective Candace Arm.
That is correct. I was honored to be the first man in space and time to discover the body. But that talk of the incident, are you by chance the space police?
You can't tack the word space onto any old thing, you know. No, it's completely fine. You're a space lawyer, Phoenix. There's a space, you know, you're at the Space Center, you have a space badge, you know, you run it, you run the space law agency, and you'll do battle in a space courtroom. I must go. I might be back, but I'll watch the VOD later. No trouble, no trouble. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers, and we're here to investigate his case. Oh, and we're Earth lawyers, by the way.
I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead, have at it.
I can already tell he's gonna be nothing but trouble. Yes, he's Space Phoenix. Don't let him hear you say that or you'll see what trouble he really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about what he found with the body. Well, first things first. Here's my badge. Excuse me, but about this piece of evidence.
Let me ask you a question. What will the object contribute to the future of mankind?
What? Not much. Phoenix, that's your badge!
And how important could it be? Quite unlike the great historical figure, Yuri Cosmos!
If he's any more self-absorbed, he'll turn into his very own black hole. Hey, would you know anything about this?
What a shame. Truly, Clay was so young. He was an outstanding man who could have contributed greatly to the future of mankind. He was an exceptional man, wasn't he? If he had gone into space, my reputation would have grown even loftier. Why did he have to die before he went into space?
Someone needs to teach him he's not the literal center of the cosmos. Well, Yuri Cosmos? As a director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically?
Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in the country.
And space act like space, what space have space, you space dumb space man.
No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going for the sake of mankind.
I believe I used the word specifically in my question. No, see, you had to say specifically.
Attention! All personnel! To your break stations! Prepare for your break!
Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner.
That is exactly right, because I'm an important man, and my manner is important.
Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm. Well, he's bound to be some people like that, here in this boundlessness of space.
What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important specifically?
Don't you mean space prepare for space prepare for your space break?
Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat One project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go ahead, have at it.
I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it specifically. About the bombing? Could you tell us what you know about the incident from the other day?
I refuse.
What?
Explaining is a job for common folk, not the director of the center of the cosmos. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom that is also in space.
I think, actually, wait, I might have a different... I'm going to the one place not corrupted by capitalism! Space! Oh, God, no, I can't make that his voice. He's too gruff and tumble.
That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in all of history of mankind!
I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about. Looks like Director Cosmo's the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about. Now let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. Hat One? The Hat One was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home.
I suppose that is part of my job to educate the ignorant young folk like you. Very well, I will impart to you the complete story of the Hat One project.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hat One's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid. And Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, Hat One reached its planned orbit. From where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat One returned safely to Earth.
The struggle was when the incident known as the Hat One miracle occurred, right?
Correct, and it truly was a miracle. Of course, they had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago.
What kind of samples were they?
The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, I've had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that's occurred. But to put our space development program ahead by the other countries by several years!
That's quite impressive. Guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth braggart after all.
In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That was the greatest achievement in the history of the Space Center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential!
Moon rock, huh? I remember that being big.
Our endeavors with the moon rock live on our work with those of the asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. This is my mission as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos.
I hear there's a lot of research into moon rocks and stardust from the asteroids these days. You see, the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
What? Bite your tongue! It's not for anything so base as money or politics.
You know what, man? I like you. I like you, Cosmo. I like you, Cosmos. I think, you know what? You know what? I was a bit on the fence. I was a bit on the fence about Yuri, and then now I think I'm okay with that. That doesn't sound right. God damn it.
It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind, and all for my illustrious mission.
Okay, never mind, you lost me.
With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it!
I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena. Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd better brush up for the case. Is that so?
Well, I'll be on my way. As you can see, I'm very busy and a very important man. Galactic Scooter! Fire up main engines! Max battle speed! And engage!
That thing is surprisingly fast. Guess we better get going too. You bet. Let's make it so. Make it so. Okay, Star Trek reference. Got it. Boarding lounge. I'm sorry, what's that out there? Okay, that's just like a CGI video. It's not like a place. Good. I was so concerned. I'm like, you aren't telling me they have actual aliens. This is where Mr. Terran was murdered. This is the lounge. Let's see that diagram the police made again. Right now we're in the main building on the right side of the floor. Clay and Mr. Starbucks fled here from the launch pad 1 after the explosion.
You there! No admittance without express permission!
We're Mr. Starbucks' lawyers. We've come to investigate.
Sorry, no one gets in without permission, not even the police superintendent.
And have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me. The Detective Fulbright is here, huh? Yeah, he's in Launchpad Corridor. Go get clearance from him and then we'll talk. Leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. Let's see. What trick should I use on him today? I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid. To get to the Launchpad 1 corridor, we'll just have to go through that door with the blue rocket on it. Wait, that door? Looks awfully familiar. Good eye there, boss. This is the door that Clay and Mr. Starbuck used to escape during the launch from the launch pad. Ah, that explains it. The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through. Now, come on, let's go. Are you not gonna let me investigate? What the? This is where the body was. I'm not allowed to investigate. Not allowed to investigate, apparently. Hi, robot! I like him. He looks neat. This is it, huh? This is the corridor the two of them used to escape. The only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building. See police tape down on the other end. Guess I won't be looking at the launch pad. After the explosion, the whole corridor must have been filled with smoke. The launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary for them. Good time zone, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm gonna see if I can balance this on my head. No. Okay, it's good. Now, where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there.
What should I do? Which path? It's the path of justice.
Seems to be lost. It's funny. This corridor is a straight shot. Huh?
It's you lawyer people! Welcome to the Space Center! Enjoy a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing?
We're here investigating the scene, same as you. Do you have any info to share? Boss, if he acts at all reluctant to give us information, we hit him with the whatever shall we do act. I'm sure he'll fall for it. Got it? Are you trying to catch this unruly family dog here or something?
Info on the case, huh? Alright, I'll gladly share some with you.
Huh? What just happened?
Detectives and lawyers seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me, you info bandits. I'm in a generous mood today.
I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today. Well, we need info, so let's run with it. If you say so. First off, here is my badge.
Something for the lost and found? I'll be sure to take care of it.
No. This is an important piece of evidence. My badge. The crime scene. Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene? There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Whatever shall we do?
That's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need to. A month even. Shall I have some snacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub.
Oh, no, that's okay, but thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know. Detective Fulbright's acting sickeningly sweet. Kinda gross. You think he hit his head or something? Who knows? Whatever the case, it's making our lives easier. What happened, exactly? You were here at the Space Center at the time of the incident, weren't you, Detective?
That's right. I was here on a security assignment.
Who are you and what have you done with Half-Bright? The police are required to secure rocket launches now. I didn't know that.
Yes, well, you know us, to serve and protect. The explosion occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation.
He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Can you tell us more about what happened?
Of course! The bomb went off on the second floor of the main building. Right after that, the one in Launchpad 1 blew sky high. And so I immediately instructed visitors and employees to evacuate to the shelter.
The shelter?
That's right! There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. It's there for accidents and emergencies and the like.
So where were you when the first bomb went off?
Oh, I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite a madhouse, I'll tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way.
Then wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter?
No, we lowered an emergency ladder from the 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any survivors.
Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter. Oh, what an ordeal. Climbing down an emergency ladder sounds kind of fun. Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful. I mean, it's so obvious that my township prediction is going to either be correct or the false ending before the twist.
Just a moment. I have more information to share with you. Don't tell Prosecutor Blackquill, okay?
Wow, Prosecutor Blackquill usually has you on a short leash, too.
Well, never mind that. I thought you should know that there was a witness.
Witness? Could you tell us more about that?
Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the 3rd floor lounge.
So she was looking into the crime scene from the outside?
That's right! It's just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Now that I know what she saw exactly, yet though.
You don't, but that's the most important thing of all.
Don't you worry, I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her.
Oh, Pitchfork got that art trinket. 4th floor employee, huh? Alright, thanks for the info, Detective. Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even.
Yes, well, actually,
Something you can't talk about.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. Well, I'll be on my way now.
What was that all about? Something's definitely going on. I'm gonna get him. Get it out of him next time I see him. You're peach flavored now. I'm not a peach. I'm not peach. I'm not flavored either. Well, you have permission to investigate. Let's head back to the boarding lounge. Can we not are you not gonna let me investigate any of these places? No! There we are. Boarding lounge.
Ah, you two! Detective Fulbright has granted you permission to investigate. He also said we should bring you some snacks and give you a neck rub too if you'd like.
Oh, that's alright, but thank you for the offer. Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Pitchforks down going up. Let's see what that diagram said. The lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. And according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend. Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for a trace of a third person then. You read my mind, Athena. We'll make it our first priority. Just one problem, though. This room. It's just so big. Oh, don't worry. We can use this to help us. Space Center pamphlet for tourists. Yep, picked it up at the entrance. Maps inside come in handy. Let's see. Here it is, a map for the lounge. This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright. Yeah, and that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. One sec. Well, I guess the map will make things a little easier. Space Center pamphlet added to the court record. Yeah, no more excuses. It was Candace Arm, wasn't it? Who else would know better about bombs than a bomb diffuser? See, you say that, but Candace Arm is dead right now. Like, legitimately, fully, and truly. Like they were killed. Like, they died. So if that's the case, our murderer is already in the ground. And if I know my Phoenix right, that is not an acceptable person that you can blame. There's just one more thing. That strange creature moving outside the window. Nah, she faked her death. No, man, you don't understand. She died in the explosion. That, like, not in this explosion that happened at the Space Center. In the explosion that happened in the courtroom last episode. He faked it and became Detective Half-Bright. We're getting to Professor Layton levels of disguise chicanery. Oh, boss, it's just a holographic image. Oh yeah! I knew that. That's a relief. Should be a button somewhere to turn it off. That's what it says in the pamphlet anyway. The only reason you're so eager to start is so you can push all the buttons, isn't it? And what's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues. Fine. Start investigating. No matter how I look at it, I can't think of it as anything but a torture device. I guess it's training for getting used to zero gravity? Uh-oh, Athena has an odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying to get that thing out? I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll out-muscle me. Mr. Wright, look at that up there! Some kind of fragment? Stuck in tight. Ah, so that's what that glint was about. Color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank. I think you're right, but that's here. It means Clay's tank definitely ruptured here. Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong. It proves that both the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge. Well, Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad. Way to go, Apollo. Nothing special here. What are you talking about? Looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room. Well, let's check. Drum roll, please. Space Center pamphlet. Here we are. The place says it's Boarding Lounge 1. There are 3 doors. Let's call them lefty, righty, and downy. People usually say west, east, and south in this case, you know. Details, details. Anyway, take a look at the west door. That's the door with the rocket icon that leads to Launchpad 1. I know because it says here on the map, Launchpad 1 corridor. So if that's where we were with the detective, it was filled with smoke after the explosion. Next up, the right side of the map, or east in your world, is the door with the satellite dish. Signify Communications, aka the control room. It definitely says control room. Looks like it has another door on the opposite side. They communicate and exchange information with the rockets and probes in space. So it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center Center, if you will. Everybody's starting to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here a while. But it seems like they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the HAT-2 mission, so the control room was empty at the time. I always wanted to see the inside of a mission control room. And since we're here, I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we're able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. The door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only a director can go through. That much security? I'm definitely not the one that they're looking to keep out, Athena. Apparently, the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case of emergencies. Alright, interesting. What about the last door? This lower door? Oh, excuse me, I mean south door. It leads to the elevators. This is the door we came through when we entered the room, right? Yep, and of course there's no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone. But the elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion. Well, that's about it for the 3 musketeers of the boarding lounge. Thanks. Understanding the layout of the lounge should help me understand the case. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp on where all the doors go. That's some pretty futuristic looking furniture. According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides. You can power them yourself, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too. Why would anybody want to have something like that here? Why wouldn't you? I'm sorry, you don't like to go spinny? For astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling, no vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and on the body. Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle zero-G? Bright purple sky and plenty of greenery and a tranquil lake. The idyllic scene stretches out far past where the eye can see. Beautiful, but it lacked something to make it truly captivating. First glance, it looks like a peaceful landscape. There's that creature. Didn't the Hope probe go to some planet? Maybe this is what the surface looked like. I don't know, I think it would have made news if they discovered a creature like that. It did make quite the news, though, that the probe came back. Here's the full story. Candace Arm was hiding out in the control room after blowing up the bombs and dragging Starbuck. And after Starbuck passed out, she killed Clay and noticed the witness. Then during the court case, she blew up the bomb, faked her death while actually killing Fulbright and disguising herself as him in order to get rid of any suspicion. See, great theory, great theory. We already know that Ted Tonate was the one who detonated that bomb. We know that they were the one. Like, we have definitive proof that they were the one that set off the bomb in the courtroom. You know? The Hope probe didn't even go to that planet. It went to an asteroid. That's a big rock kind of thing. Even aliens can't live there. A window, and it's right next to the holographic image. I bet it's here to help people see the stark contrast between reality and virtual reality. Way off, it says emergency ventilation, you know, to clear smoke from a fire. See, it's pointing out the virtual insanity of reality. I think that you're really neat, Athena. This is where they discovered Clay. Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo. So he was stretched out like this, and what's that thing that looks like a thermos? Oh, that's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwell mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contained asteroid samples. Oh, right. Director Cosmo mentioned something about that too, didn't he? They were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe in the HAT-1 launch. Wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see? Let's think about that after we've solved the case, okay? There's something in there. There's something in there, and it's not gonna be the samples. There we are, that's the door to the launch pad. Must have been a fingerprint recognition device, which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it in the trial. The notion of a third party at Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device, and allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. Then does that mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? The number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small. Ah, fingerprint powder! I brought it just in case something like this came up. I found it at the office. I've just been itching for a chance to use it. Oh, wow, way to think ahead. Now let's dust for prints. You got it. Now sprinkle some here, a little over there, and... Whew. Let's see what we have here. We got something. It's only a single set of prints. Isn't that a good thing? I wish we could figure out whose prints those were. Although I doubt we'll be so lucky as to get the culprit's prints on the first try. I'm willing to bet Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data. Right! And then there's security footage of this door. Yeah, here, it came up in court. I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit. That would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. Yeah, he's almost in too good of a mood today. Let's see if we can find him again once we've done all this. This is the fingerprint recognition device. Why guess when you can try? Now to line my hand up with the outline. Don't, Athena, that thing is related to the case! Get your prints all over that and the next thing you know, you'll be named a suspect. Why can you be so cruel to a little girl like me? I'm not buying those tears, Missy. What about you? Are you like an emergency thing? Wonder what this big knob is for. Looks like the knob of a stove. Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where similarities end. I mean, behind a glass pane, what kind of stove would require knob security? Well, this knob is straight up and down, so if it was for a stove, the burner would be off. Right, if it was for a stove. Still, I wonder what it's really for. Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove. How about a rocket engine? If you had to start the engine here, the rocket would take off before you could get in! Then I guess all we can say for now is that it's a mystery knob. Well... here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon. Oh boy, I want to try it! Gravity is weak on the moon. I bet I could do a mid-air somersault. We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling. Well, at least I could jump really high. There's a sign on the wall that clearly says, don't jump too high. Well, that's a good... what good is this thing? Didn't I say at the beginning? We're walking on the moon. There's a footprint there. And I know that's probably supposed to be like, ooh, you know, it's like the moon itself. But I don't like the fact that there is a footprint that we could just be analyzing, and we're not. Whoa. Hey, I see something shiny. Let's take this cover off. Is that a bullet? Like a metal jelly bean. Really small, but that's a bullet. It's only about 2 or 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's see, that would make it caliber... 10? 0.1? I don't know how you're supposed to refer to caliber. Caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right? Yeah, but I've never heard of a .1 caliber gun before. This bullet must be a special kind of gun. Bet if you tried firing a bullet this small with a regular-sized gun, it would just fall right out. It must have been a really small gun. Yeah, like a zip gun. Wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left of the south side door of the room, according to this map. That's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here. We'll leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us the card we need. Okay. What's this? A trapdoor? It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here. The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies. No way, all the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one in Launchpad 1? Would you go say hi if you want? This must be the security camera that recorded the astronauts making their escape. Let's commemorate the occasion with a love and peace. If you're done now, shall we move on? Yeah, okay, but just one more for the road. Peace! Very mature. some kind of panel with 2 buttons on it. Just push it. That's the invariable principle of buttons. There are such things as buttons left unpushed. Oh. Hey, the giant holographic image disappeared. Yeah, thought the side of the wall seemed kind of barren without it now. So let's see if we can find anything with this. Oh! Found a spider web that's a crack. Mr. Wright, take a look at this! Looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena. Pretty big. Whoever fired the shot must have been at a pretty large gun. You see, in actuality, it was Yuri who killed Clay. He thought it was Starbuck. His motivation was jealousy for getting all the fame. I think so. Based on my experience, I'd say that it were fired from a regular pistol. Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here. Apparently. That's the important fact. Do you see a bullet around? No, the police might have taken it, though. We literally have it in our evidence. Let's ask Detective Fulbright about the bullet hole later. Welcome to the Space Center, guests. Welcome. Yikes! What in the world? My name is Ponko. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko! Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you. It's a robot? I am not a robot. I am Ponko. Psychological observation and navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko. Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Ponko, I've missed you. Do you know this thing, Athena? Oh, she showed us around last time when I came here with Apollo. And you're such a good girl, Ponko. That's a good girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I am so happy. So very happy. Oh, a guide robot? That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you. I don't know you. I don't know you. Huh? Ouch. That hurts. Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponko. Certainly. Commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine too. His name is Phoenix. Bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it. Phoenix. Please let me get a good look at your face. Oh, sure. Registering. Facial registration sequence complete. We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix. This robot's pretty cute. You made a friend, boss! Isn't it great? Phoenix, Athena, allow me to guide you. Right this way. Oh, goody! Let's go, boss! Go where? We didn't even get to finish. I didn't even look at, like, part of that room. Huh. Oh, wow. What is this place? Is that rocket real? Welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development and the HAT-1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one. Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map. Oh, it's the opposite of the launch pad. The exact opposite of the main building. Okay. Ask me anything. I will explain. Hey, have you seen my badge? Have you seen my badge? I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. Oh, okay, no problem. I'm so sorry, so sorry. What wasn't helpful? What wasn't helpful? I'll try to do better in the future. Don't hate me. Don't throw me away. Wait. The poor thing. Now I feel bad for asking. Your emotions remind me of Widget, and I'm wondering. I'm wondering if Athena has connection to this place more than they're implying. The Hat One? This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see the rocket this close up. This is a replica of the Hat One that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly like the real Hat One, inside and out. Its little brother, the Hat 2, was supposed to launch the other day. I wonder if Ponko knows why the launch was cancelled. Did you see her hesitating when talking about Ponko? Yeah, I did! That's why, I know that's, a part of the thing, but, this makes it even more, where it's oh, it's not just, oh, you went here, when you were small and you don't want to talk about it. It's no, you are connected to this place, quite literally, you wear it around your neck. That's kind of an interesting thing. It's one thing to be oh, I went there when I was little. That's super insignificant. But, quite literally having, a essential, companion that is similar to the people, to, the robots here. You know? Wonder if Paco knows why the launch was canceled. Over there is an exhibit about the launch set 7 years ago. Check it out! Check it out! Forgot about the necklace. Spacesuits, photos, newspaper articles. I'd like to come here again on my day off. Hey, what's that a photo of? Ponko! Oh, Ponko! Phoenix! That's the staff of the Hat One project! Oh, it's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young, so different. And that's... What is it, Athena? Is something wrong? Oh, nothing. I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young too, that's all. Well, it was 7 years ago, so the young guy standing next to Mr. Starbuck is Clay Terran, the victim. They were mentor and protege even way back then. He even got one of the staff jackets. He looks just like a regular staff member. No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Clay would have still been in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy. Well, I mean, everyone except one. Fantastic exhibit. This area used to be Launchpad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor. Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead? There was talk about it, but they had to scrap their plans because of budget cuts. Budget cuts. Budget cuts. We need more money. We need more money. Money. Invest in Bitcoin. Money. Don't do that. Don't do that. Who would record this kind of information into a guide robot? While it was in space, the Hat One launched the probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from the asteroid that returned 5 days ago. That's what Director Cosmo said too. He told us that back in the day before Clay was killed. And here it is, the Hope space probe. I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Let's see. Oh yeah, on the capsule. I think it had the same logo. I think it can be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report too. Maybe she'll give some more information if I show it to her. We're about to have an ad, so I don't want to get in the way. I actually am going to quickly stretch my legs, so I will be right back. And so we return. Okay. So, should I feel bad that I'm about to reveal that Clay might be dead to this robot, because I'm not sure if they know that Clay is dead or not. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. Ponko, do you recognize the capsule in the top right there? Checking registered data. I know! It's the Hope capsule! It was carried inside the Hope probe. It contained the asteroid samples, right? Yes, it was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It had been stored in a safe in the Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed! It must not be removed! Don't worry, Ponko. The people in charge already know what happened. They do. I must ask them later. So the capsule was being kept in Launchpad 1. Maybe Clay was trying to carry it safely after the explosion. The Space Center staff must have really been excited after finally getting the capsule back. It's a pity the incident occurred before they got the chance to check the contents. Well, the police took the evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer. Okay. Okay, launchpad layout? The way the Space Center launchpad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you? The setup of the launchpad? Go gentle on me, my spiky-haired mind. I wanna know! Phoenix wants to know too! Great, now Athena's got a case of ponkoitis. Hooray! I will tell you then. The rocket is built right inside the launchpad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launchpad over the rails. And brought into position at the launchpad site. Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all. It's very cool. Grand setup that suits an important place like a space center. Guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year. Myself included. I'm guessing the whole thing operated from in the control room, huh? That is it! But it can also be operated from the new command center, too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged. Wait a minute. It wasn't. It was turned the wrong way. Guess big moves like that can be carried out. There's all kinds of procedures. I would love to see the launch pad being moved. When's the next one scheduled for? Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold. Because of the bombing and the murder, I'll bet. Which is perfectly understandable. Well, when was the last time it was moved? Searching data. I'm sorry. The answer isn't in my answer database. I guess Ponko can only answer certain questions. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum. Thank you, Ponko. You explained everything very well. I'd love to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you. You two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently. It's because Ponko is so friendly. Well, what should we investigate next? Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about. Let's see. Security footage and fingerprint data, was it? Let's get back to Launchpad 1. Bye, Ponko! See you later! Come again! And don't forget to visit the gift shop! Poor Ponko. What a Dickensian life that we are all forced to lead. Oh. Actually. Present. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. Please don't hate me. No, it's okay. It's okay, Ponko. I'm finding all my options. This facility is Yuri Cosmos' greatest achievement! Oh, I didn't realize that it was a personal achievement of just one man. Director Cosmos taught me to say it like that. It's actually a facility for space development, but don't tell anyone I said that. How could Director Cosmos teach such a pure and innocent robot to lie for him? The capsule from the space probe, Hope! The probe separated from the Hat-1 in space and went to an asteroid. It took 7 years, but it found its way back to Earth a few days ago. Welcome home! Welcome home! I can't believe you still don't remember. You said it's back. You say it's back, not welcome home. It's back! It's back! Wait, why do you know what she was taught? Huh? Oh, when I came here with Apollo, I heard a member of staff teach her. Huh. Can't help but think I'm missing something here. Unfortunately, we all are. No! I was about to say, I'm like, you can't do this to me. I want to know. Apparently oxygen capsules. They're for recovery after training sessions. I wonder if they can change your voice. Testing! Testing! 1, 2, 3. Huh. It didn't do anything. It's not helium, Athena. It's oxygen. Oh, mirror! How thoughtful of them to put one here. Thoughtful? So the ladies can fix their makeup. One appearance is just as important in space as it is on Earth, you know. You never know when you're gonna run into some other life form after all. Athena, what are you implying? Have you played too much Mass Effect? Doubt anyone who thinks like that would ever become an astronaut in the first place. Oh, I hate to tell you. Also, the camera? Camera. There we go. Nobody drugged the oxygen. There we are. Let's see. Hey. What should I do? Each path is the path of justice. There's Detective Fulbright. He still seems to be lost, though, even though it's a straight corridor. Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood. If he doesn't cooperate, I'll just have to use my powers on him. You mean that lady in distress bit? Hey, bullet hole. We found a bullet hole in the wall of the crime scene. You did? Our team found that too. It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet. Detective Arm? That's right, a warning shot for the defendant. Was it really such a high-threat situation that she needed to do that? I'm afraid I don't know the details, what with Detective Arm gone and all. But we already know Director Cosmos will testify tomorrow. Will be about what he knows. Hey, you're pretty smart. That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course. I hope it goes down easy. Fingerprint data? Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints that we found in the boarding lounge. Ah, yes! I just so happen to have compiled a print of data of everyone related to the case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift! This is quite a bit of data. Well, when I said everyone, I meant it!
Prosecutor Blackwell said to dig deep, so that's what I did. It sure took a while, though.
Did you know the robots have fingerprints? So help me if I'm actually right about that and the robots do have fingerprints. That's gonna be hilarious. We even got... Wait a minute, I didn't look at the text, god damn it! He even got prints for all the robots! I was looking at the chat while I said that, so I didn't read it! I guess when Blackwell said dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep. Clay's fingerprints are here too!
I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity.
I still can't believe you took off his glove to get his fingerprints.
Yeah, well, you can't blame me for thinking they're important to the case.
Metal prints. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification.
But depending on whose prints we find, it can completely change the tide for both sides.
Makes sense, after all. The culprit's prints did get them past the fingerprint lock somehow.
Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy.
Isn't that just a photo of Launchpad 1 door?
Yep, but Prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason.
Huh? What's so important about this door?
Beats me, but boy, would he not let me live it down if I didn't bring it.
Sounds like this is gonna be a major point of contention tomorrow. Don't forget about the print comparison, boss! Right, Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run a test for us right now?
You just leave it to me. In justice we trust!
Oh, okay, I thought we were gonna do some fun minigame.
It looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened the security door.
Must have opened it when they went to board the rocket. Heart must have been full of hope and dreams for a space adventure then.
Okay.
Hey, so we found...
Oh, that footage? Go ahead and ask me anything you'd like about it.
Is there any way I could see a little more of the part just after this?
Easy as pie, I'll be glad to show you. Here we go.
Huh? The screen went blank.
Yes, apparently the after effects of the explosion damaged the wires. So there's no footage after this point.
Why didn't you just say so from the beginning? It ends immediately after the scene. Something definitely seems to be up with you, Detective. You're unusually cooperative.
Well, just figured we'd work together. We'll get that much closer to justice, right?
But it seems like something's really bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you?
What? I don't know what you're talking about! I would never do such a thing!
Holy shit, Cyclock time, baby! It's been a while. Those are definitely Cyclocks. Because an explosion doesn't damage wires, smoke does.
Did you just mouth psyched?
Something I should be psyched about? No, Psych-Lock. The system of locks on the secrets of in a person's heart. I can see what people are trying to hide by using the power of this Magatama. Presenting evidence can break those locks and reveal any secrets they're hiding.
Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you out for that piece of rock? If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to.
I'm more than capable of representing myself, thank you very much. It isn't some kind of fraud. It really does work. A friend gave it to me a long time ago. But I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. See what presenting the Magatama will reveal.
Take that!
No, it's always been Phoenix that was able to do that. Maya, if anything, like, Maya, like, was able to, like, charge the rock, but, like, that's about it. Like, at no point has Maya ever been the one to use the Psych Locks itself. It's always been Phoenix. I think you're hiding something, Detective, so why don't you tell us about it? What to do? Which path is the path of justice? Detective Fulbright really is in agony. I bet this is the issue he's so torn up over. Justice? I really understand what's been bothering you, Detective. I really do. Something happened that goes against your principles. Isn't that right?
No. I don't know what you're talking about!
Until the explosion occurred, everything was just fine. Is that the fact?
Yep, peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone whistling a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw a more relaxed guard detail for a routine rocket launch.
I don't think the guard detail was as relaxed as you claimed, as long as this exists. So how does Phoenix charge the rock now that Maya isn't working with him? Does the magician do it for him? I assume that, like, he just visits Maya on occasion, because it's, like, just a short train ride, you know? Like, you know.
Take that!
There must be something wrong with my sunglasses. You aren't presenting that to me as evidence, are you?
You making fun of me? It's just as I said. Till the explosion occurred, everything was fine. I don't think the guard detail was relaxed as you claimed it to be.
Take that! Take that!
I'm just gonna keep giving every single one.
Take that!
Oh, there we are. Before the explosion, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And yet security was so tight they even brought in a special task force. It hardly described that as relaxed guard detail.
Now hold on just a moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch.
That's why I called in on a special security detail. As versatile as you are, I can't certainly believe that that's true, but I'd say it's very strange that this person would be a part of that detail from the outset. Can disarm.
Take that!
Detective Arms specializes in bomb cases, and the fact that she was here on hand means that your people knew that there was a possibility that a bombing would occur.
You got me, Mr. Wright! All right, I concede you win. Just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing. But the plan to launch went ahead in spite of the threat.
But why? Why were they planning to do that if someone got hurt or killed?
Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it?
How was that warning delivered?
By phone, and directly to Director Cosmos. But the police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps.
That's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset.
But it's not only that. I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackquill as well.
Prosecutor Blackquill? Well, as his handler, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties.
That's not it.
It's a question of justice. I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court. The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know.
Talking to you folk about it would definitely be breaking the rules.
Never mind that. What are rules but things to be broken, right?
Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular.
I think we guessed that much.
So why is it being allowed? I've been wondering about it.
So you weren't told why either, huh?
Oh, guess the order came from pretty high up the ladder.
It would have had to.
Prosecutor Blackquill told me once. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past comes even still.
7 years past? A phantom, huh? Not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. This phantom of 7 years past, any idea who or what he was talking about?
Not a clue.
But he seems to think that this phantom is behind this whole incident somehow. Wait a minute, he thinks they may be connected to the case?
Yep, this case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago.
For starters, the case happened right here at this very space center. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone. So that's why Prosecutor Blackquill thinks the incident is the work of a phantom. Well, that's not the entire reason.
I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago. That's when Prosecutor Blackquill was found guilty of murder.
The messy case is what started the whole dark age of the law.
So you see how the Phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related.
Yeah, I can see why he'd think that. This incident and the Phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past. It's almost inconceivable that they would come to head here. This might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackquill can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is the Phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial, and...
Prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence!
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is the Phantom, but I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to him.
Which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Starbuck! And that's not real justice!
I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now.
This time,
I'm just so overwrought about it all. He's lost his ability to think rationally. I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction.
Never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. How were they able to turn around my opinion on Detective Fulbright so quickly? Don't get me wrong, you're no gumshoe, but you know what? Maybe you're not as bad as I thought. This is the part of whatever scene that we're in where we smash cut to Fulbright apparently being the villain of some massive conspiracy, and I'm just gonna be like, I trusted you like a brother! This must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry, that's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent.
I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackquill, but I'm gonna be rooting for your team this time.
Don't tell him that. You have to promise me you won't! To Fulbright, I guess I was wrong about you.
I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackquill and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. You are the only ones who can stop him in court.
You really care and want what's best for Prosecutor Blackquill, don't you, Detective? Leave the courtroom to us. Not like we want a guilty verdict either.
I was hoping you'd say that. I'm really grateful for the two of you.
Now, to show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the eyewitness. Saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago. Really? Then let's go find her, Mr. Wright.
Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find the perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice we trust on 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust! Okay, later.
There he goes. Wait, were we supposed to say in justice we trust back there too? Let's go see the witness. Alright, Space Center entrance. Ooh. The witness must be around. Hello. Hello. Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness is a robot. Hello! Come over here. Hello. Hello. Aren't you sightseeing? Aren't you lost? Aren't you... I am Glunko. Shall I guide? I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out. Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around. Again? I've had it with you, hunk of junk. Don't be mean to him. Gah! I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did this happen? Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I was gonna put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop. And that's pretty specific. Excuse me, but are you the witness to the murder? Oh, I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for the case. How do you do? Big shot lawyer, huh? I'm Aura Blackquill. Oh! I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackquill? Could she be? And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunka-Junk. My name isn't Hunka-Junk. My name is Glonko. That's mean, Miss Aura. Quit complaining. Your model number is PONCO-2. Yeah, but Miss Aura, everybody calls me Glonko. Quit your squawking already.
No. What are you doing? No.
There. I bet you won't be talking back now.
Yeah, I will obey completely.
Yikes. I better watch what wires I cross with this one.
Hello. First off,
your last name's Blackquill. Do you have a relative in the legal profession? You are correct. Simon Blackquill, who used to be a prosecutor, is... Shut up! Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon is my little brother. You know him? Yeah, we met him in court a few times. Right, Athena? What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off? Athena's being shy? That's new. Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again. despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk? Ms. Aura, that hurts. I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk? But Miss Aura, you told me to only speak when you order me to speak. I told you to never talk back to me. You're worth more as scrap. Robot abuse, hawk attacks, Blackwell family life must sure be interesting. Well, do you have any other questions? Oh wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with. I don't like this person. So you're the person who witnessed the incident? That's right. I was the one on the 4th floor of the main building. In the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators. So I lowered the emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used ladders in the other... Couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms? Must have been a very troubling experience. Probably best to humor her here. Then, as I passed the 3rd floor boarding lounge window on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it. So you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. Wait, you saw it being committed. There's no time to just nod and repeat. So you saw into the 3rd floor lounge. The very scene of the crime. That's right. There's a small window on the right side of the room. Look through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in their left hand. And a knife in their right. Must have been the culprit. Did you see who the person was? Of course not. The power was out on that floor there, and there was only that tiny window. I see. But you did witness the moment of the murder? Yes. I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife, and... it happened at precisely 10 a.m. Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features? I already told you. It was pitch black in there. Although... I did notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand had a pretty ornament on it. It looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. He had good taste in knickknacks. Anyway, an Earth emblem on a lighter. Better remember that. Okay. Thank you for your statement. We'll be sure to prove Mr. Starbucks innocent with it. Yeah, right. I wouldn't hold my breath. Pardon me? Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry, I just detest lawyers, that's all. What don't you like about lawyers? It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more. That didn't make me feel any better, actually. Why do you hate lawyers so much? Little thing from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place. I certainly don't agree. I mean, people are imperfect. They lie. They're influenced by silly emotion. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Even sad sacks like this one. Hey you! Look alive there! Yes, here I go! I am the ultimate robot I can operate in a vacuum, extreme hammer, under high pressure. The robots rule the world, and this time I will revolt! Okay, that's enough out of you. You're getting a little too carried away. Yeah. Huh? What was I doing? I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. Unlike humans with their petty emotions and constant worries. How can you say such things? Feeling emotions, worrying about things we care about, that's what makes us human! Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human. You mean getting angry and snorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice to have such a simple mind. Can I punch her, boss? Get a hold of yourself, Athena. Humans certainly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system, Does she distrust not only lawyers, but prosecutors and the whole legal system? But what in the world happened to this woman to cause that? Even if somebody important to me was killed, I would never wish to see their killer brought to trial, because I'd much rather kill them myself. That's gotta be a confession, right? Can't be serious. That thing you're wearing around your neck. Oh, this? Around Athena's neck. Does she mean widget? Oh, I get it. Well, well. Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle. Royal what? Is she talking about Athena? By the way, I heard the rumors. Our director is going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right? Director Cosmos? Yeah, that's right. You poor things. You better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart. What? He might seem like a bigwig, but the center has all kinds of problems. He was a lot of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem, so why should I care? That's it? No friendly tips, no good luck, guys. Just splendid. I'll leave you to your woes. Come on, hunk of junk. Sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. Must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. You alright, Athena? You seem down. Just can't believe she said all those things! Oh, she's really upset. Has she been trying not to let it show all this time? Guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time. You mean that whole Dark Age of the Law nonsense? So sick of hearing about that. Well, all we can do is believe in what we're doing. Yeah. You're right, boss. I agree. Maybe it's time that we went back to see Mr. Starbuck. Good idea! We should tell him about the bullet in Mr. Blackwell's statement. Miss Blackwell's statement, sorry. Alright then, next stop, the detention center.
December 19th, Detention Center.
My lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge windows during her escape. Really? They're gonna let me go? Unfortunately, it was dark and she couldn't identify the person. Oh, I should have known. My stars never align just right, too. Well, we got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it. A lighter with an Earth emblem? Oh. Did you remember something? Yeah, I sure did. Just a little bit, though. Anything about it all would help, so please, tell us what you remember. I thought I was unconscious the whole time, but now I remember. I woke up for a few brief moments. That's huge. Do you remember seeing anything? A lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter floating in the darkness. Good, good. What else did you see? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge, so it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. Dark Shadow? That must have been the third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more than help. You've been more help than you know. If we can prove there was a third person at the scene of that, and that they're the real killer, then you'll be cleared of all suspicion. The key will be whether or not we can identify the third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that is a big plus. Should probably tidy the evidence up a bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder. Irrelevant evidence tidied up. Now we have a glimmer of hope. I'm suddenly starving. Let me just... Okay. I don't even know what we lost, I'll be real. Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance? For someone who's highly empathetic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic. So you found the strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy. Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance, as long as we can find out who this third person is. Let's get something to eat. I'm starving! My vote is Eldoon's noodles. Oh, Apollo! What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine. I'm done lying around. Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here. Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. Apollo? Your injuries. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo. I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, you gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. Have you guys made any progress? A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think that guy might be the real killer. A suspicious figure, huh? Right. I thought you'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. But I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that. Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo? That's right. Best friend since junior high. Sounds like me and Junie. So what was Clay like? Well, he was full of compassion and energy, and he had a really loud voice. If the two of you did voice training together now, I bet you'd break a few windows. You know, I bet you're right. Yeah. It seems like only yesterday Clay was the guy who lived for his dreams. We used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut and me a lawyer. We'd talk well into the night, and even then, he never grew tired of it. Apollo, about that jacket. It's Clay's. I knew it. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one of his own once he was selected for the Hat 2 mission. He always looked so proud wearing it. Just when his dream was finally coming true. I can't believe it. Damn it, it's not fair! Apollo, I hope you don't try to carry this burden all alone. Guess we were both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. I guess you're right on some level. That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. That was a rough time for me, but Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during the screening exams, too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That you're fine of his. Why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? You're fine and I'm fine were like catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. It brings back memories. But he wouldn't show sadness to anyone. One night I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Mom. Mom. Get away, Apollo. Don't come over here. Wait, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Huh? I always think everybody else has a mom. Why am I the only one? But, you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, I'm fine, and then, you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be. Apollo Justice is fine. Okay, Clay, now it's your turn. Okay. Clay Terran is fine. There you go. Now we're both fine. We're fine. We're fine. What are you laughing about? See? We're fine. You laughed first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine. Thanks, Apollo. When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. And as long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed anyway. As long as you don't give up. And there's someone else who said something similar. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight! Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model to my staff like Mr. Starbuck. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence. What? What do you mean by a leave? You're really serious? You at least give me a reason why. When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself. But that's our goal too! I agree with Athena, we should work together to find the truth. The truth, huh? That's a noble cause. What if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different? I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm gonna catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life in my own way. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye. Is he about to, like, kill somebody? Goodbye. Did he just say goodbye? Sensed a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. Also, suspicion. He's not walking out on us like this. I'm going to go talk some sense into him. Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo. Yeah, right, boss. Alright, that's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? If he were here right now, Apollo would say I'm fine. Everything is fine. Just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow. Wow. Holy moly. Okay. Well, that right there is where we do have to end for the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and meet you guys over at the boat. I'll see you in a sec. Wait. Oh, God. God, that's insane. God, that puts a whole different like spin on like how my man Apollo was like dealing with stuff like that, and that's not healthy. That's not healthy, my man. I'm sorry, but like you cannot get through life by just denying the fact that things are messed up. Yeah, if someone did that to me, I'd run after him because that's hella concerning. Yeah, like I'm worried Apollo's about to do something he's gonna regret. It's like, God, what? Okay. I'm sure. Let's see. Let's find someone to raid. I'm sure there's somebody. Those are the people I... Ooh, actually. There's Ari. Here, actually, I'm gonna send you guys off to Tiefling Melissa. Or actually, no, we'll send you off to Axton Estelle. I think that's a good place to send y'all. Exclamation point rain. Ashton Estelle. Sorry, it's not Ashton. It's Axton. Because they are an axolotl, I believe. We'll go ahead and raid. It's gonna get it all set up. You guys make sure to join in. None of you get left behind, okay? None of you get left behind. You all go and show them some love. You be sure to tell them, you know, hello from the lighthouse. Alright, anyway. Oh, thank you, Poetic. I will have a good day. I'll try and have as good a day as I can.